Hey, Naraguchi here. Welcome back to Storm Shield for Dummies. And for this guide, I will be showing you the lamp build, or for my case, Amplifier A. Now for important block offs you want to get done in the beginning. If you're building this under the perspective of Twine 2 and 3, the best you'll be able to do is get that, make sure that's fully upgraded, and start building this side. Kind of get some basic block off for it. Nope, that doesn't have to be there. That. Alright, that should cover the little block off section. Nice and simple. Now for the trap tunnel, you might not have as much space to work with. If I can properly fucking edit that. Thank you. So for this part, you kind of just want to cover as much as you can. I don't have the clan one up yet, Bowser. I can have that up later. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I have currently doing this live on Twitch, so if you want to follow me there, links in the description below. Then you're going to want your high impact wall launcher, some tar pits. For this tile I do a gas trap, then for here, tire trap, then expand it from there. For here, I got wall dynamos, ceiling zapper for the smashers. Then I actually continue this out. Now, if you want to expand on this, you just add pretty much all this to here, and you can continue on up until there. But I usually do up to here, and you're pretty good for the most part, but if you're doing this by yourself or kind of low level, you can expand it further. And then for here, you would want to put little wall light, that, and then just repeat that. Just tar pits, dynamos, zappers, all around. Thank you, Lava Bomb. Now again, under the perspective that you're doing this early, you're going to want to get some early block off done here. And then leave this little spot open. To where you can extend it. Now for this spot, you have a couple options. You can either keep them alongside here, or you can block them off and have the smashers drop down from here. That part is up to you. Either way it kind of works, but if you were going to drop them down, I'd probably have them drop here, so they can hit the lava crack and get some damage, as shown. Then for this little section, you're going to want tire traps, and then for here out, zappers, dynamos, and you can repeat. Now you don't want to put a 4 here, because you want to make sure the husk can walk up. The best way to tell if you're doing this right or not is simply just try to walk up. No issues. With the 4 here, you get stuck. A good thing to note, if you get stuck, the husk will get stuck. And you can extend that out as far as you want. So, that should be the basic build for Twine 2 and 3. Now, once you have stuff expanded, that's where stuff will get a little crazy. you'll have a rock about here. Just make sure you destroy that. Then for this, you can either leave this area open or block it off. I've been experimenting with blocking it off and I'm kind of liking it, but you can leave this area open or block it off, whichever. Then for up here, thank you, Lava Bomb. You would do, so in the event that you block this side off, you can put wall darts and broadsides on these walls. You can extend this up one tile. And put tire traps there. Now for this section, I would recommend broadsides over wall darts. At least the broadsides for here. Mainly for the fact that the wall darts don't have an impact value, but the broadsides do. So with the broadsides, you can kind of crowd control the smashers a little bit easier. But the wall darts here, for some good damage, will get the job done. Now, in the event that you don't want to block that off, and you say, Gucci, I don't want to fucking do that. Show me a different way. You can do a bit of that. Now, a little side note, if you're gonna do it like this part you'll kind of have to break, because the lava bomb will kind of shift to around over here. Thank you, Lava Bomb. And I used to do this for a while, but I've been kind of just blocking that part off and been liking this a little better. That way you can have a nice little way that you can funnel. And then for this, you're going to want to do some block off. Because when you place these two 4s and that 4, it'll shift the lava bomb to about here. That way you have some extra way of dealing free damage. So you got the tire traps, your wall darts, your lava crack, broadsides, and lava bomb, all working for you. Pretty neat. Thank you, Lava Bomb. Really an example. Then you're going to want to block off this spot and start building for this top section. Now for up here, you do have different options, but for what I preferably do, I just do gas traps, mainly just so I give gas traps a use. But you could replace these with steel and electric fields and be pretty okay. Alright, we're back to down here. You're gonna want wall launcher, some tar pits, wall darts here, and then for these walls you could have either wall dynamos or broadsides, depending on what you prefer. And if you want to go for some extra pizzazz, you could put a wall dart there and a tire there. And now normally I wouldn't recommend using a trap that'll push husks closer in the tunnel, but it'll scoot him over here and help deal some more damage. So it's a risk I'm willing to take. But if you don't want to do that, then you could just do a steel and electric field and it'll work. And as far as the rest of the spawn, pretty much same as the other builds so far, just tire drop spam, and you're pretty much good to go. Now if you want to do things in a, I guess, cheaper fashion, you could do just this little section, half the tire traps, and you're good to go. When it comes to this spawn, for this amp, it is pretty overkill. Not gonna lie. But with these tire traps, pretty much good to go. And if you wanted to overkill it a little bit further, you could put broadsides here, up there. And for here, you're going to want to specifically a wall dart. Well, like any damage trap will do. Thank you, Lava Bomb. Most people usually build down here, but I've noticed that the spawn kind of breaks this a lot, so I normally just don't. But if you wanted to, you could do a little section of like gas traps there and good to go. And for this little section, you don't want that. High impact, wall dart, and you're good to go. Then if you want to take the next step further, you can build it as this. So if you feel like overkilling it a bit more. Now for these walls, for the east and the west, I would recommend the broadsides over wall darts. Mainly for the fact for the impact value. That and also the wall darts shoot out 5 tiles. And this is slightly bigger than 5 tiles. But you can get away with wall darts. Depends if you want to do a bit more damage, or not as much damage, but more impact. But wall darts, broadsides, no wrong answer. Thank you, Lava Bomb. And then just tire drop trap. For this section, you can either use a tire trap, or I mainly just use steel and electric fields to get a little extra splash damage up here. And then also for this, if you want to overkill it more, you could close this off. I will leave this part open so they can drop down and do their stuff. For here, I would do a wall launcher, and then for this section, I would definitely broadside it. But if you prefer the wall darts, that can work too. I'd probably put the wall darts here and just broadside the rest. And of course, as always, make sure that stuff is upgraded. Thank you, Lava Bomb. And at that point, that pretty much takes care of it. You also want to have that built. Might be. You could also spam a trap there too. A little back and forth. Kind of get a little quick overview, make sure I didn't miss anything. Now regarding this block off, once you have all of this stuff built, actually I'd still keep it, but you could probably remove these two and be okay. But you still want to keep these block off so the smashers don't just big dick charge everything through here and just royally fuck you. But let's make sure all that's upgraded. Got that. Drop off that section. Oh, that's that. Thank you, Lava Bomb. Got that. Oh yeah. And for here, just a gas trap, steel and electric field. Either one will work. And you got that little section. Your tire traps. Your wall traps of choice. You could also do little thing up here, because there is a little spawn over here. I'm pretty sure that will get broken down. So that one you could probably remove, or you can keep. So I don't know if the huts will spawn like down here. Haven't really seen it as of yet, but knowing Epic, that probably is a thing. So if you do notice that they spawn down here a lot, just break that wall and that should fix it. Alright, so we got that. Got all of that. Thank you, Lava Bomb. No, that'll be it. That'll cover the ridge. So, if you found this shit useful, Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if there's anything else that you want me to do, just put it in the comments. If you want to follow me on Twitch, that'll be in the description. Also, all my other social media stuff will be in the description as well. So thank you guys for learning, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.